Every guest in this segment is a celebrity, but not everyone is a legend. Right now, we have a bona fide legend in the world of hip hop. That's right. Pioneer legend Chuck D. Welcome to the Odd Couple, brother.
What's happening?
Hey, I feel good being back invited in this new crazy world, too. The Odd Couple is still odd.
You know it.
Hey, we're people say we're bringing them a sense of normalcy. You know, we're still doing radio.
Count on us, right?
Right. We're still doing radio, man. How's your family? Everybody safe at this time?
Everybody's good. I mean, you know, it's an adjustment, and we've had some tragedy in the family, but you know, I'm not going to go into no further. But it's what's happening. Right. So
yeah.
You know, just telling people to just pay attention, man. Pay attention instead of playing attention, man.
That's right.
And it's a lot of time. You guys always brought normalcy. Is now people paying attention, so they now they following you a little bit more succinctly, and they still get the jokes too.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. All right, Chuck. The obviously what's taking the sports world by storm is The Last Dance documentary, Michael Jordan. Now you were close. You know, you worked closely with Spike Lee. Both of you did. He worked closely with Spike. You worked closely with Spike. Did you have a relationship with Mike? Like, did you guys get to know each other at all?
Not at all. I met Michael Jordan for the first and only time while we did Saturday Night Live together. That was that. Shook his hand. Me and Jesse Jackson was in the room, and it was, you know, mutual respect, you know, in hip-hop and rap, we were doing our thing. But also, you know, Public Enemy, we were like the Pistons of hip-hop and rap.
Yes.
Right.
Nobody wanted to give, once we was like headline and everything, they didn't really want to give it to us, so we had to take it. So it was a total team effort, you know. I was Isaiah, Flavor was Rodman, you know, that type of thing, man. But Flavor still Dennis Rodman. So
right. That's a great comparison, man.
It really
for real.
is.
Yeah.
But when you talk, what jumps out at you the most? I mean, there's a couple things out there. Obviously, his dislike. I don't want to use the word hate. I think he did for Isaiah is very obvious. Even 30 years later, there's all kinds of stuff that's being pulled back, and even the Rodman going to Vegas for a vacation during the season for a couple days. What jumps out at you the most that you've seen from watching this documentary?
John Sally being on every single team that was relevant.
That's amazing.
John Sally ended up being Forrest Gump of all this situation.
Right.
He's the Forrest Gump of the whole Last Dance, man, because, you know, he's seen it and been on all three sides, even the aftermath with Phil and Kobe and all that. You know, John Sally is ever so present, like he's the watcher. So, you know, Craig Hodges, you know, I mean, all the other stuff. And then, I mean, Jordan, come on, man, Jordan, Isaiah, my Knicks. Every time I watch that, I get the gut-wrench feeling because we had X-Men for 1 year, and that was one of the favorite intensity-watched Knicks fan seasons ever, man. And then we didn't have X-Men no more. And then I heard that maybe, what's his name, Falk had something to do with it. And I was like, yo, man, it just made me pissed off as a Knicks fan that we didn't have X-Men again. So
hey,
a lot
Chuck
of different
D.
feelings. Yes,
Charles Smith was fouled at least 3 times.
No, he wasn't. No, he
was
wasn't.
too. Step Chris,
Great
quiet.
defense.
He was fouled. At least.
Two New Yorkers.
He was fouled. If Michael Jordan went up like that and there was that much contact, don't tell me they wouldn't have blown the whistle. Because and let me tell you, Charles Smith should have gone up stronger to dunk the ball, so I'll give you that. But he was fouled at least once or twice.
It happens. There was butcher knives all over the floor after they left the court. But I tell you, as a Knicks fan, man, we took those seasons as the best that our team could give, man. I tell you, nothing hurt more than seeing Jordan and Pippen run out of the Garden after. I think Jordan left with the ball too. I think he left with the ball, just ran out of the gym. It's like that was
no question,
man. But you know, John Starks, all that stuff, man. So. Man, Mike Jordan, man. Hey, listen, I tell you this much. There's more talk about the Bulls, Pistons, Mike Jordan than the previous season.
Right? No question.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
He is owned. Yeah, there is.
It shows you guys how during this crisis and pandemic, how it's the final ushering from citizens worldwide into officially netizens. So when you're a netizen, you're in the net world as much as you're in the physical world. And they could play 3-card monte on you to tell you to get a blur between past, present, and future because it's equally leveled out right now. You can
That's
watch
a great point. Yeah.
You can watch something from 30 years now, and because you have nothing acting in the present and you're foggy about the future, the past stands out bigger than ever, and everybody at the end of the day stop their LeBron comparisons of Mike because Mike is the man once again. It's crazy.
Well, speaking of that, that's a great point because you're right. It's almost like people are like it feels like the Bulls. It just happened, and it's right here and now. Do you have Jordan as the GOAT?
I'm used to it in music because every time in music you're still looking and competing against the Beatles and Elvis Presley.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chuck, in your, we talk a lot about the GOAT. Is it clearly Jordan to you, and where's kind of LeBron in the discussion, or who's second to you if it's not Jordan?
Man, LeBron stands out because just yesterday, man, LeBron spoke highly really spoke poignantly about the tragedy of the young brother killed in Brunswick, Georgia. Coincidentally, the same town that Kwame Brown is from. And LeBron spoke up to that quick. So LeBron gets the crown as far as that. But the GOAT in basketball, Michael Jordan is the only dude I've ever seen in sports. Maybe Tom Brady's next. And I hear people talk about Tiger Woods, but I don't watch golf like that. But I'm saying that when Michael Jordan hit the bench during a timeout and they took him out of the game, it was like your daddy or your parents leaving the crib to you. And as soon as you get things started in the crib, then a car pulls up the driveway. That's Jordan coming back in the game. It's like, yo, we were set. Oh, here come mommy and daddy up the driveway. That's Jordan coming back in the game. Once it's Jordan goes inside, pulls off his sweats. It's like, man. That's the only ball player I ever seen do that. Maybe Tom Brady if he's coming back in the game, man. But he threw fear in us fans. He threw fear in us fans. I couldn't understand it. Every time you see Jordan take those jumpers, it seemed like it used to go bing and the ball went straight down once it went through the hoop. I'm like, this looks like a video game, man. Every time he takes a jumper. It didn't look like it was a real shot. It's like Jordan with the jumper and it goes in the basket and it goes straight down. I'm like, yo, he's possessed, man.
Chuck D, before this started, the documentary, I said to Chris that Jordan's going to wind up having more fans, even some of the millennials and the people who really didn't see him play, because it's one thing to watch games on YouTube. It's another thing to have a context. And like some of the stuff that they're watching, even like how Jordan used to get hammered in the paint against the Pistons and the Knicks, and you appreciate it and whatnot. I really believe that his legend, as you're talking about, has grown and will grow before this thing is all over.
I first started liking Michael. Well, number one, as a Knicks fan, you loved hating him, which was the ultimate respect as a fan. I started looking at him differently, I think around 89, 90, where I would see him in the paint. He would cross somebody in the paint and get chopped up and still get to the hoop. I'm like, yo, this dude is getting chopped up and he's still getting there. And when he put that extra muscle on, it was like, yo, it was impossible. This dude was impossible, man, because nobody ever talked about his handle. His handle was crazy. His handle was crazy.
Chuck, you guys, of course, as Public Enemy, I mean, you guys are the kings of conscious rap. In that era, you defined it, and that's what hip hop was largely. We heard you mentioned Craig Hodges earlier, and he was obviously very conscious and speaking out about social issues. You mentioned LeBron doing that. Mike didn't do it, obviously, and actually avoided it, like the plague when he was playing. What do you think the top athletes, do you think they have a responsibility in the black community to speak out and to address these issues, kind of like LeBron has.
Yeah, because a lot of them don't come from Bel Air. You ain't coming out of Bel Air, And even when you come out of Bel Air, because a lot of the ball players from the '80s, their kids are playing in the league, so they've come up from a different set of privileges. But it's up to their parents to say, yeah, but your grandma and them ain't come from that. So that's very important to see who you are and not have anybody tell you who you are. So you need that, because still athletes and entertainers, they're the voices, the voices of the people. And now people have more of a voice now, because anybody can go up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, make videos and all that. So you have an audience out there that might not be shell-shocked by the appearance of a celebrity, so to speak. So therefore, the celebrities got to look past all that and just do the extra. Artists and entertainers and athletes just got to do the extra to make sure that they're with the people, because those times are limited. And in those limited times, you say, especially now, you say and do what you have to do. I tell you this much. Back in the day, we would go into Chicago, and we play in the places like, in the places in Chicago, and we will also do things in the community. And for the first time, that project area around the old Chicago Stadium, now I think they might have reconditioned that. But had never been a Bull who had visited that project area until actually we did some things, also with the help of the Nation of Islam. And then we did this thing and had Scott Williams there. Craig Hodges always was getting cats moving and shaking in the Chicago area. And then also Marcus Liberty just got drafted by the NBA. He's from the Robert Taylor Homes. So the NBA had cats like Craig Hodges trying to make things happen long before they came up with NBA Cares. And the NBA Cares was sort of like, let's see if we can do something for the hood type of thing under David Stern. But it was a mystery before that, because they tried to get players away from the hood, because they had that big drought in the late 70s and early 80s, and that's when drugs were rampant and all kinds of things in society, and it was reflected in sports and music as well.
Great stuff, Chuck D. Great stuff as always, man. Definitely appreciate having you on, and it won't be the last time, brother.
Yeah, people could catch Rap Station, where we curate rap music. And look up Enemy Radio. It's the MC DJ sound system of Public Enemy. And Flavor Flav is in the studio. I'm on his ass every day, man.
All right.
All right. We'll check that out. Yes.